Hey everyone, so this is a review on Once Upon a Time, Season 5, Episode 6, called Street Rat. And basically what this episode is about is that in flashbacks, Aladdin helps Jasmine try and obtain these secret weapons to be able to try and stop Jafar and his hold over the Sultan and the whole city. And back in Storybrooke, the evil queen kind of messes with Hook and the whole family by revealing some of the secrets that Emma's been keeping. And this was a really great episode that finally got around to showing Aladdin and what they were doing with all that story. I really kind of liked Emma's whole quest to try and find Aladdin, and her whole ideal that if she managed to find Aladdin and find him alive, then that might mean that herself as a savior may be able to change her fate and stay alive as well. And I really liked that that was a whole sort of pivotal part of this whole story in this episode. But then alongside that, once the somewhat of truth was revealed about what actually happened to Aladdin, her quest kind of changed to be okay, I want to end up not being like Aladdin and be able to be the one to manage to save myself and still be a savior and not end up dead and all that sort of stuff. I really like that it did make that change and sort of made it kind of known, but not an obvious thing. I did like that they did finally kind of manage to make Jasmine not the nicest of people, but still made her super nice, which I'm not okay with. But I also did care for the fact of Jasmine tricking Aladdin into becoming a savior, as they tried to do in this sort of story of Aladdin. I didn't care for that because it kind of easily sets up in my mind the idea of Aladdin not wanting to be the savior, so then once he gets a chance to cut the ties from him being a savior, he does. Because it wasn't something that he originally wanted. And yes, in that I see the parallels between Aladdin and Emma. And with that, I did kind of enjoy the scene where Jasmine and Henry are talking, and they make the comparisons of how their stories are similar with how they basically forced people into becoming saviors. And with that, I think, like I said, I think Emma's gonna try and make it so then she doesn't end up like Aladdin. Instead, she ends up completely different from him, I guess, is the best words. The one part in this episode that kind of confused me is where they use this magical potion to be able to try and track down Aladdin by using the connection of Aladdin and Emma, which they're both saviors. So using that connection to be able to try and find Aladdin. I got confused by that once all the truth was revealed, because I don't think in technical terms if magic was real, I don't think that would work with the fact that Aladdin is no longer a savior. So I feel like that connection of them being saviors wouldn't have worked out as well as it did in this episode. So that part kind of confused me a bit with it. And then the sort of part that kind of annoyed me is the Oracle's death. Because of the fact that it's so sudden, we still have no idea who this Oracle person is besides the fact that they're an Oracle. So, and because of the fact that now she's dead, I doubt they're ever going to go into extensive detail of who she is and how she sort of connects with everyone else and all that, because she's dead. But the part that kind of annoyed me is with when they finally track down Jasmine, in kind of connection with this possible death. They were all questioning her and stuff, thinking that she might be the killer, but once they found out that she's Princess Jasmine, they kind of forgot all about the Oracle, and not even questioning her of, did Jasmine see who actually killed the Oracle or anything like that to be able to connect the death back to the evil queen. They didn't do any of that, and that just really kind of annoyed me. They just completely kind of forgot about the Oracle and just went on to being ooh, hi Jasmine, and stuff like that. And then all the scenes with Zelena and the evil queen, in my mind, I feel kind of pointless, because I know it's all about building trust is what they're trying to do with those scenes, but I know with how they do the stories that either the evil queen's gonna betray Zelena, or Selena's gonna finally rejoin sides with Regina and fight against the evil queen. So all this bonding moments I feel is kind of pointless. And I don't really understand them all that much because I know what's eventually going to happen. And yeah, overall, this was a really great episode that I absolutely enjoyed watching, and I'm so happy that they finally got around to showing Aladdin and all that, and I can't wait to hopefully see more of them. So yeah, that's my view of Once Upon a Time, Season 6, Episode 5, called Street Rat. So yeah, bye!